What's going on, everybody? I am over here at sellersracingperformance, and I will be finishing up the porting of the head. I figured I'd come over here and hang out while I do it. Same thing, it's got an air compressor. I brought over my sanding bits. A couple people asked me to go over the tools that I was using in the last video, and if I can just set this camera down, I will. Move the cylinder head real quick. Lay this all out for us. And it's nothing really crazy. Like, these are all things that I picked up either at a store or just ordered online without being super expensive or anything. Let me pull all this out so you know exactly what I'm working with. All right. That should be it. So, starting over here, today I'm going to be using gloves because, you know, it's a lot of metal that's going over your hands, and if you touch it the wrong way, you may get a little shard. So yeah, I guess I'm going to use gloves today. Glasses, very important. This little grinding tool can be found at Harbor Freight. I forgot the name of it right now, but it's a great tool. This little piece right there. Comes off. This is a removable style attachment, I guess you can say. This specific one is what attaches to the sanding bits, and then you can get your cutting bits, and they also attach into the same tool right there, and then you just lock it down. And there are a few different styles. Like I said in the first video, I'm not a professional or anything. I'm still getting into it. So there are a few different methods on which ones to use when, and that's pretty much still what I'm finding out right now. Trying to get accustomed to what feels the best. And then these sanding bits I got at Harbor Freight. It was like $21 or something before tax. It comes with 52 pieces, and it comes with a couple of these little arbors or shanks, whatever you want to call them. It comes with like 3 of those and then 52 bits. I believe Eastwood makes another kit that is like $30 or $40, and it's basically the same amount. But the Eastwood ones I used on the CRX head, and from my experience with that, the Eastwood ones hold up a little bit better. They last a little bit longer. These, you can kind of tell that they're cheaper quality, but they still get the job done. As for the ports themselves, let me flip the head. I'll show you the intake side. Since I'm pretty much done with the intake side, I may go over it a little bit, just maybe clean up some imperfections. But I have all the intake done and 2 of the exhaust done. Well, for the most part done. I still have to go over it all. But let me show you the intake first. Okay. It's not perfect whatsoever. It's the second head that I've ported. This one I went a little bit more aggressive than the CRX head because I wanted to flow a little bit more. And for the bowl, I think is what they're calling it, cleaned it up real good, made it a little bit bigger, made sure that it's gonna flow a lot better. And like I mentioned in the last video, these guides are coming out. These are the OEM ones. On the exhaust, we have the bronze ones. So for example, on this one and this one, I already did the port, and I tried to be as less aggressive as I could with those. There's still a little bit of a nick on them, but shouldn't be anything that'll perform any different. These are a little more ground down on the intake side. But this is the stock for the exhaust. This is after being ported. Like I said, these are the intake ones ported. I'll flip it around now and show you the exhaust. All right. Open it up a little bit. Knife edge the center. These haven't been touched yet. This still has all the casting mark. This is all the casting removed. And kind of like as my method, I mentioned in the last video that I didn't do step by step or anything because it's hard to angle the video, but kind of as my method, let's pretend that I'm grinding with this bit. I'll go around and I'll open out I'll like do one cut on the outside, and then I'll start working on the knife And then what I did was start getting from the inside right over here. And then after that, kind of just match it and make it look like it's gonna flow a little bit better. Obviously, I don't have a flow bench or anything like that. I don't have a CNC machine, and I'm not an expert at porting, but those are just little things that I was trying to do. Another thing, stock head is all cast like this. I started grinding it down on this side. Ricky thinks I'm an idiot for doing it. What do you think of that, Ricky? It's stupid?
It's stupid.
It's gonna add horsepower. I mean, talking about physics and whatnot, literally I'm taking off material, and less material means that the weight is gonna be less, and with less weight, it's technically gonna be faster. So, I don't know what you're doing over there with 240s, Ricky, but I'm trying to go fast. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna set up the time lapse again. I'm gonna start, like I said, I do on the outside first, and then I'll work my way in. I don't think I can angle the camera at any way that will show you, but I'll try to get it as best as I can. And yeah, join along for the ride. Cylinder right there, close out the center a little bit, open up the sides just a tad, got the bowl a little bit larger. Now I'm just putting the new sanding bits onto this, I think it's called the arbor, and just took the other bit right off there. I'm gonna wait until the compressor charges up a little bit more, and then I will attach this and start smoothing out everything. For the intake, you always want it a little bit rough, not crazy rough, but a little bit. And then for the exhaust, you want it pretty much as smooth as possible. So we're gonna try to sand our best and get it to a nice smooth surface. Sanding bits, still gotta go over a little bit. Yeah, still gonna go over it a bit. And now I'm gonna start the rough cut on the last port. Last port, pretty much done. Like I said, I'm gonna go over a little bit. I broke most of my arbors. It only had that little tip at the end, pause, which let these cartridges roll over. Like it thread into up to around right there, and then this part would ride on the other side. Broke on the last port, so I ended up having to do this kind of handicap, but it still came out pretty even to the others. And then started doing the top piece a little bit. It took like 2-3 minutes. I don't know if I'll do the whole head. Just something to experiment. You can kind of see a reflection on it. Thought it was kind of cool. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. I really want to get your input on if I should do the whole head, leave that section right there, or say, wow, Pablo, you're an idiot for wasting all that time. I don't know. I think it just looks different. Not even cool, it just looks different. And this is why we do it, guys. Look at all that weight reduction. Yep.